it's Miss with Being Creative with Miss, and I have some fun information for you tonight for printables, just to help some of you out because I'm getting so many questions. And I have a free printable sheet for you that has two printables on it. So that's what I have in store for you tonight. So come on in, buzz in the hive, and join me, and we will get started. So I made a free printable for you. And I also made a free, or not a free, well, it is free, but it's a printable information sheet. So I have this sheet for you, and it's just a basic printable information sheet. So I feel like it'll be good to direct anyone that is asking questions to this sheet, because everything that's underlined is clickable, and all those things are the things that I'm getting asked about a lot. The canvas inkjet sheets, the glue stick, and those are all clickable links. As I said, when you bring them up and view them, you can print it off like this. Of course, then they won't be clickable, but when you're viewing it on the computer, those are clickable. So you can click on them. It doesn't mean you have to buy it there if it's Amazon or a store, but it'll give you an idea of what you are looking for, or you can read about the details of it. So, you know, the metal, the back, well, here's an example. So the back of like this metal easel, those are linked on there. Those are wonderful when you're just using a 1x6 board that's not chunky enough to stand. So you can just cut your print. Of course, this one isn't cut, but you can put it on there. So many options, but all those things are on there. These flexible spatulas, they are great. They are not expensive, but they're really great because they are flexible, and it's a really good way to smooth out your canvas, and they don't, you know, cut into it or anything. I get a lot of questions about the ink, what kind of printer. So I just have a basic HP. It's not basic. It's an HP printer, but it's an office jet. I do a ton of printing. I print all of my orders. I print I didn't put my lid on that and it dried out. I have a lot in my Etsy shop. I still have some mail order patterns. I've eliminated most of them, a good bit of them, because I have so much trouble with patterns being lost. I'm just having a terrible problem, so it's just easier to put them as digital download. But I still do print a good many of patterns. I have a shop that still sells them, and so I print wholesale orders for those. So I print a lot. So I literally run my printer in the ground, but I don't buy real expensive ones. So I have the Office Jet. I usually get them on sale at Sam's. Usually pay about $150, $175 for it, and then I just use it for several years until things just start breaking on it, and it's not worth replacing. So I just, you know, buy a new one. I love Instant Ink. I have used it for years now, and it is the best thing. So I put that on there with that link. That will get you 1 month free. A lot of deals. Check out your deals at your local stores, or like if you have a Sam's or something. My last printer I bought in this fall, and it came with 6 months free Instant Ink. So even though I'm already in the program, I still got, you know, like 6 months. So that's neat. And you can have a monthly fee as low as, you know, like $2.99 or something like that, $2.99. But the neat thing is they send you ink constantly. You never run out. It doesn't matter whether you're printing black and white or color. So you can just print to your heart's content. I've tested out several different kinds of fabric or canvas fabric sheets. The one I have linked, I have 3 linked in all my listings on my website. You'll see those. The one I like the best is what I linked on this. It just prints fabulous on either side. The other one that's okay, it prints really good on the coated side, not so much on the other. I mean, it prints good. It's just, it's not as vibrant. It's kind of a dollar color. So that's why I'm here tonight. We're going to finish up this bunny print. Look at the flowers. Remember when we did the 3D flowers? I was waiting on laundry the other day, so I popped in here and I dry brushed over those and added just a little bit of shade. And see the little dots in the middle of the center? Just added those little dots, and changed it so much. Like, it is so pretty when you look at it in person. Those kind of pop off, even though they look part of the picture. They are textured, so they come off of the print a little bit, which is really pretty. And then that little glimmer of glitter. It's not like over the top, but you can see where I have it, and it just sets it off. So, that's really fun. So I'm going to, as I talk to you tonight, I will kind of finish the bow and stuff on this, and I want to add some, like a little bit of print or something to the sides. But let me show you the free prints. So this, I just decided to do a free one for you, give you the printable information if you need that. And this is just a freebie that I gave you. So it's just a springtime bunny. That's not Easter, it's just springtime, and it's just got some colored wildflowers. And then this is just a Highland cow that's a little different than we did with the other ones, and it's just got some blue. And then I did a tag that says hello sunshine. And then this bunny one I just did welcome spring. So you can just go and download it and print it. You can also print it on paper or rice paper. I've not done rice paper before. You can decoupage with it. You can do other things with it. I just do mine on canvas. That's just how I do mine. So this is the cow when I printed it on canvas, and this is on the coated side. So I've told you before, get a good pair of dedicated scissors. This is what I do. It doesn't mean you have to. Maybe you have great scissors all the time, but mine end up getting used for all kinds of stuff. These have a nice long blade on them, and I like to keep them specifically for my canvases. I just keep them in my cup here, and that has worked really well for me. So then I can just cut them out and, you know, go to town. Are they super straight? No. I do the very best I can. I quit fretting about it when I was getting ready for a show and really pressed for time. And it did not make a difference in show if it was a little bit off. So that is that print. Now this isn't going to match this board, but I'm just going to put it on here for fun. But you know, you can put it on any piece of board, paint it like to match in any way. But we would use the ink around the edges. So the distress inks, you know, we use those in different colors. I've been trying to put a little tag that coordinates with the prints. So this one I added a blue flower, the same as on the cow. You can cut on the inside of that ring, that tag ring, if you don't want it to show, or you can print or cut right on the outside of it. I'm going to print kind of right on the inside of it because I don't necessarily want that line there. But I did go back and add it. At first I wasn't putting it, and then I went back and added it because it's easier to cut out like in a uniform shape if you have something to follow. And then just use your hole punch and just punch that hole out, and you have a cute little tag that matches it. Now, I definitely wouldn't leave the edges raw like that. So I would go in and take gathered twig or hickory smoke, and I would add a little bit to it. So that, your little extra things, you've heard me say it a million times if you've been around for a minute, that is what sets your stuff off. It's the glitter, and it's not just any glitter. It's like this, certain things you use can just make all the difference in the world. So, so I'm just gonna, you know, add this to the edge. But the little things like the glitter or the 3D flower, or you know, the flowers that you use on your bow, or the colors you use in your bow, like everything kind of matters. And then it all comes together at the end, and it looks just really, really nice. So I just kind of edge that, and it ends up making a really neat tag. My hole punch I thought was right here, but I don't see it. So, you know, I could go up and then tie a bow at the top, add some greenery or flowers or whatever, and you can put that hello sunshine, and that will make a really cute freebie project for you. So that's just, and you would add, do the same thing, you know, go, if you're not familiar with printables and you've been asking questions or you've been wondering, go back and look through some of my videos, clear back to Christmas. Like, we've done a lot of printables, some really cute snowmen, some really cute winter stuff. And you'll see where I do the edges, and you'll see me attach them and all that. So, so I just did one last Sunday night. That was you know, you can go back and watch me do that. But I love that little tag with that. It's just super cute. So, we've done so many different things. So, just a lot of them. So with this one, we've used on some of the Valentine ones some lace stuff. I absolutely love to incorporate stencils in with a lot of my projects. They're just fun. It's a fun way to add something to them, but also it makes it easier than just trying to hand paint or think something. Sometimes you can grab a stencil or see a stencil and be like, that'd be perfect. So let me think of an idea. I think I have it downstairs. I have some on display downstairs. So I keep using them all over the place. But like this one, it's that winter, that's a stencil. But like, you know, the stencil on the back, and I hand platted the side. So you do stuff like that. This one has little hearts on the side. Like, so you can just kind of add stuff to them. So this was a sheet of tags that you can buy, that you can download, that just is full of all kinds of tags. But I never did finish this. I did this part, and then I used a stencil on the back that just says "Love is Sweet," and put some glitter on the back and stuff. And then I need to tie a bow and get my tag on there correctly. But that will just be really cute. It's super cute. So they're just really, really fun and really quick. So on this bunny, I was in a dilemma of I was thinking maybe I can use one of these lace designs up the side. I can use some swirls. I could do polka dots. I don't know what I do with my polka dot stencil. And on the back, I have this daisy that I can just use this print all over. And it's just super, super quick to go, just to go all over it. Or you could simply just take a single little flower and just kind of put it off to the side, maybe just as a little accent. So mine sits on my island on a tray that I have like a timer candle and stuff in. So you see both sides of it around my island, because we eat on one side, but yet I'm cooking, and it's viewable around all sides. So I love having like something on one side and also something on the back side. And if you're at a craft show, you pick something up like that, and it just looks so nice. It looks very finished, and it just sets your stuff off. So it's fun to do that. So anyway, that's your options or things that you can do. There's just so many things, but kind of think outside of the box and think, how can you take it up a notch? Tracy says the single flower on the back. Okay. So if we do the single flower, so I'm looking at the front, and these greens, it's kind of an army, not an army, but like a lush green maybe. But it's not real prevalent, so I don't want it to be really strong. But I'll use some lush green because that's the color in it the most. It's not like a dark green. And then, so I can do that. I can just kind of put it up this one side. And that just kind of, I don't know, just adds a little something, you know, to the back that looks really pretty. So you can tape that down if you want, or you can just let it, just hold it, but I will tape it since we won't do that. So we'll just do that real quick for fun and kind of finish this guy up. It is definitely really cute. I'm really liking this little bunny. I liked all four of the bunnies I did. I wish I could have done more the other night, but let's do the green first. So I'm just going to upload and offload. So on that freebie sheet, I just put a link. And this link, if you just click that, you can go look at all their stencils. There's all kinds of different background stencils. There's polka dots and plaid. And you'll find a lot of different things. So, you know, and you can use my code, Being Creative with Miss, and that gives you 15% off. So that is something to remember. I am going to put a little bit of black out here. Just a little bit. And I am going to, I've set a little bit of black, but then I put way more than I need. I'm going to darken some of that black. I'm just adding some black to that lush green, just so it's a little bit darker on that side. So I'm going to swirl this again, just real quick. And then I'm going to pick up some of that darker mixture and then offload my brush. I didn't rinse it or anything, just pick it up and offload it. And then on the right side, I'm just going to kind of swirl around on the right side of those leaves. And a little bit up the stem just to give it some variation. And then we'll use white for the daisy. So I'm going to get in some white, and before I do the daisy, I'm going to wipe that off really good. And I'm just going to kind of just tap a little bit on that left side. I'm trying to hold it up so you can see a little bit. So we'll just add a little bit here and there, and then I'm just going to scuff it down the stem. Okay, all right, so now let's do our flower real quick. This is a really quick little stencil, but definitely cute for sure. So I'm just taping off the top of that stem because I don't want to have to worry about getting paint in that, because I just get going and I'm kind of wild about it. So let's line that back up there. So then I'm just going to go back into my white, and we're just going to add some daisy or some white to create our daisy. So you could make that flowers very generic, so you could make it whatever you want. We're going to make it a daisy since we kind of have that going on the front. Make sure you offload enough. I don't want to... I'm going to cover that middle too, which will actually be yellow, marigold color. But I'm going to cover it because we're just going to dot that. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing tonight since this is just a basic design. I'm going to take a little bit of espresso, and I am going to switch brushes just because I'm not sure what I'm going to do on the side yet. So I'm just really wiping that espresso off. I'm even going to tap it in the white. And then to the kind of the right, I just kind of stay into the right side. I am going to tap a little bit. I'm just going to tap the edges or swipe depending on how much room I have. And so that's just kind of adding some shading to that without having to float it, since it's kind of a basic design, and we can do that very easily. You can do it back at the center too. And sometimes, oops, I just coated the middle of that. Sometimes you can, let me fix that, come right back to your paper towel without going into paint, and just where you offloaded in the first place, you can just pick up a little more paint. So I'm adding some back by the center. So let's see how that is. So that's how it looks so far. And now we're just going to add, so I want to show you the leaves. You can see how I shaded that with the brush. So it got all shaded. So then you can take your liner. I better put some goofy glasses here. I think I'm going to attempt this. So now I'm just going to pull that liner to a point, and I'm just going to put a little squiggle down those leaves. And again, it's just like just a very quick thing, but it can add so much. Just add some up and down through there is all you have to do. So you can see the leaf now. And now for the center, I'm just going to take the end of my paintbrush, because we have a kind of a good bit to fill in. And I'm not just going to stay where I stenciled. I'm going to extend it out and just keep swirling my brush around, the end of my handle around, not the end of my brush handle around, because I want that to go out and touch those petals. I don't want it to be a gap. So you could even add some modeling paste to this if you want your center to stand up more, but we are just going to use the paint tonight for the back. And then we're just going to give that a little bit of a dry. So we will let that dry, and then we'll add a few dots in there. So we'll let that dry, and I will get my little micron pen. Of course, this is optional. You don't have to go out along your edges, but I am going to. I just think it'll make it stand out a little bit more. So I'm just hitting here and there on the stem on either side. I'm going to run my finger in those centers. So I'll show you up close in a minute. I guess I could have brought my camera down, but I did not. So you're just kind of hitting and missing. That's a big dip in my wood. That looks funny to you. So now I'm going to kind of just go out around those petals and randomly add some lines too. And just even the pen. I keep thinking now, did I put that on my sheet? Probably not. So you can find these at Hobby Lobby. I also have them on my Amazon list, but the 005 and 003 and 01 are the like great ones to have. But they're on an end cap at our Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure where they're at yours, but back in the art drawing type section. Okay, now I'm going to take my dotting tool, which I love, my dotting tool. I'm going to put some more brown out, and I'm going to take my little teeniest one on there and dot with it. Although it's gunked with paint. Okay, so I'm going to do dark on the lower, or on the like the right side, lower side. I can't get into the middle too much because it's not dry. And then dot a little bit with some white. Just hit a few little places. And then it also needs spattered overall. But just that little bit, it looks really pretty on the back. Very subtle, but pretty, don't you think? So now up the sides, we can do nothing, or you can add something. So I think I want to add something, but I was thinking about this. These are kind of eyelet, lacy type sheets. It's kind of eyelet-y, I guess. But so you could just lay that down, or you could just put this straight down the middle. You could do any of them, really. You could also do the daisies all over it, but since we have the flower on the side, you can put it right on one edge, you can put it right down the middle. You could really do whatever you want. So I'm just going to add a little white and try to hold it and just kind of swirl. We'll just kind of give it a light. I don't even know if I'll go over it twice. I might. I just happen to think. I hope I have that centered. But all these things are pretty quick. Of course, you're going to do them quicker than I am because I'm live and trying to talk and show. And so, I think I moved it. So just remember, sometimes, I mean, I've heard some people say, well, I don't want to take the time to do that. You know, I'm just got to get stuff finished. And I understand that. But sometimes if you just take 5 more minutes and add something, it might make the difference of whether you sell it or not. If you're selling stuff, some people just do it for fun. But I absolutely love the details. I love to do that. So again, I hope I have this straight, because I'm just kind of throwing it on there. So this, and these are very easy just to add right down the side. I'll give you the numbers of these stencils if you want to type in that specific number. Here in a minute, I will. Okay. A little place where I put a little bit out there. Okay, so now I'm going to take my dotting tool again, and my paint's kind of got, I didn't wet my paper towel. Oop, there we go. Fresh always dots better, but okay, so I'm just going to dot the center of all those now really quick. I'm just going to pick a size that I think will go good with it. And I'm not going to shade these or anything. They're just small, and it's just a little accent down the side. But I think it will look cute after we get the ribbon on. Although I probably should have dotted after the ribbon because I don't want to smear it. But I can dry it and kind of hopefully set it, and I'll look and see if we have any questions. But I was talking about my printer. You don't have to have an office jet. You can just get a regular instant or a regular HP. I've had several that were not office jets that printed great. Something else I print the daylights out of is recipes. I'm always printing recipes off that I find. And, you know, used to, I was very selective of what I printed because I didn't want to run out of ink. And it's so cheap to have instant ink and just print to your heart's content. It's great. So and it's really great for printables. So, and I will tell you, this is a troubleshooting hack. The other day I was printing some, and I was getting a line across some of them, and I'm like, it usually doesn't do that. It usually prints so good. So I, you know, went into the maintenance part, and I did an alignment, like you know, you can pick alignment or clean cartridge head and stuff like that. And I did the alignment on it, and it said it would fix it, and it did. I just ran, and it only took like a few minutes to run the alignment, and then it printed a sheet, and I think you put it in the scanner and it scanned it, and then it was good to go. And it printed perfect again. So, and it wasn't printing bad, it was just leaving a line here and there. So I was like, well, we got to remedy that. So, all right. So there is our little daisies down the side, which it was kind of an eyelet. I just made it in a daisy. And then our little flower on the back, and I like that. So, I will spatter it real quick, and we'll get that done. And that will add a lot to it as well. So I'm going to get some water, because I want a little bit of water in it. I don't want it too soupy. I hope I don't have it too soupy. I love spattering stuff. So we're going to give it a quick spatter on the back side there, which will be pretty, and then that'll kind of blend in the sides too, and it won't make it look as stark. Just adds a little bit, and then we can turn it to the front, which I don't want to lay it flat down. And I'm just going to kind of spatter the top part, a little bit on the side. And go back and hit it wherever you think it needs it. All right. So that just finishes it up. So, good example of the stencil adding a lot to a project. So this stencil, let me see, they have the numbers on them. I just have to find it. Let my eyes find it. There it is. I have it backwards. So this is 9857, and it's small, or it says SA. So you can pick, I think, a couple different patterns, and this is the small size in it, I think. So 9857, small and pattern A. But that is the lacy eyelet pattern. All right, let's run our jute around the top real quick, and we're just gonna use some different homespun that I've pulled. So I just pulled some gray check, and some yellow. Well, it's kind of like a sunflower gold. And so I like to use homespuns because it's, you know, printed, or, you know, woven through, so the fabric is the same on each side. I personally hate to use fabric that is like printed and nice on one side, and then it looks white on the other, and I don't know. So I order from Homespun Fabrics when I order, and I love their fabric. They have the best homespun in all the colors. So now this gray, basic gray, came from Hobby Lobby. So they have some colors in homespun, and I use those. And then like this yellow came from Jubilee. Is that what I said before? I don't even know if I said that right. Whew. But I really do like their fabrics, their homespuns. Amazing. Put that in there. I think I need this one. But I like to dip it in this fabric stiffener mix. I just take some warm water and tacky glue, or like matte Mod Podge, and it just makes like a really watery glue mixture. And once you dip them in there, it just makes your material look different, and you can crinkle it really well, like kind of bunch it up, and it'll keep its shape and stuff, or not keep its shape. It will stay in the shape. Like you can crimp it up, and it'll kind of dry that way, and it just has a little, I don't know, more vintage look. It just looks, I just like the way it looks better. It just looks better to me. So I've got these little scraps that you can buy, those bunches at Hobby Lobby that just have a bunch of scrap ribbon in it. You can add anything. You can add some raffia. I love to add raffia. Raffia is kind of like the sanding the edges and antiquing and crackling. Like, all that was so fun back then. And you added raffia to everything, it seemed like. And I still like to add it just because it just looks fun. So there is my bow already. And I'm just going to use this creamish colored jute. And I've told you before, I get that out of the wedding section at Hobby Lobby, the his and her studio stuff. And every other week it's always like 40 off. So I usually try to keep some of that. I use jute most of the time, but I do like this just sometimes for, like this one, I think it'll go really well with. So let's just kind of wrap it around a few times. And we'll tie it in the front. And then we can even it up. But if, like you said, if this is something you're not familiar with, or you haven't watched much, or you missed some of those videos where I show how to glue it and tack it and all of that, just go back and kind of surf through some things, and you'll see several videos where I'm actually you know, showing the whole process and stuff. So then you can just trim up and whack away at stuff. I like the colors in this. It's just kind of, I don't know, sort of muted. It reminds me of, it's like a little bit vintage in a way, because it's not strong colors. It's just like the gray, and I don't know. That's how I made it, and I just thought it was kind of pretty. But so you can, you know, just kind of fluff that up if you want. But see, then you have your sides. And you can, like I said, kind of space your jute out. You can make it look nice on the back. You can slip another piece of jute under that and just tie a little bow or something on the back side if you want. I love my stencil brushes laying there. Just for the back side if you want to. But you don't have to. But you can do a little bow and cinch it all up for the back side. And then on the front, if you want to add a little bow in the center, these were at the bottom of that. So if you wanted to add, one says Happy Easter, one says Happy Spring. If you wanted to add that tag, and like I said before, I try to do them to color coordinate with your print. So that's always an option. You can make your own tags too. And a lot of times I'll offer laser cut wood pieces that look neat when you put them on there. So that's something that you can tuck in and add very easily if you want. So you could add that little welcome spring, you know, like that. Or you don't have to add anything at all. So if you wanted, these are from Hobby Lobby, and they're really cute little paper flowers, and they're fun. So you can just add, there's just all kinds of stuff you can do. You can just add like a little tiny flower, or you can put like 3 little flowers. You can just kind of do what you like. And that one's center's off center. Actually, the center came out of it. Let's try that again. But it's all just let your eye look at it and kind of see what you think would look good. I don't think that glue string would look good. But so that's just like a little tiny flower, but you could add like 2 or 3 more beside of it. But anyway, that's just how it turned out. Do you like it? So this is the print we did Sunday night. So if you missed that video, you can go back and watch. I did that, and I did Oh, the Highland Cow is downstairs. I did the 8x10 Highland Cow. Oh, and I did twist Mark's arm to cut some more of the cow tags. Like we were out of the little ones. So those are back in stock on the website. So you can, if you needed those, they are on there. So, all right. I think that about does it for that one. But I just wanted to finish this up with you. I wanted to make this printable information sheet that's just all about printables. It has the glitter on there, you know, all the things. And then the stencils. And then this is the free one that when you go to Linktree, you'll see the printable information, and then you'll see this, and it's just a free one that you can print. And you can make the bunny or the Highland Cow. So that's the tag that went with it underneath. So anyway, so I hope you like that. I love that pop of blue. I think it's really pretty. So I just thought it would be fun to show you, or to give you some free ones. Maybe you haven't tried them before and you just want to give it a try. I mean, they're not expensive, but you can, once you buy them, you can just print them and get a lot of bang for your buck. So anyway, but I don't know if I'm going to add a couple more flowers or just some little sprigs of greenery under there. I don't know what I'll do. I'll have to give him a look-see here when I get off, but I don't know what I'll do. But anyway, but I like him. I like it a lot. So, all right. So again, if you didn't catch this stencil, it is 9/8 5/7. It is the pattern A, and it's small. And then this was the freebie one. This one, like the All the Daisy one, which I think would be really cute on the back or just on the sides too. And it's an extra small, and it's 9/3 5/6. But you can just like search daisy or flower or background print or anything like that, and several things will come up that you would like to use. And then if you use Being Creative with Miss, you get the discount off of those. So I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Let's see, we've had 2 dreary days. I'm ready for some sunshine. So I love this little mouse too. I need to sit here and finish him when my glue gun's on and get that flower on him and get his ribbon and stuff on, or her ribbon. So I might add a flower to her. I just might be on a flower roll tonight. I might finish that. So, all right, I'll let you guys go. And thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And I will see you later. Night.